Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network channel on YouTube. I'm your host, Mr. Prime Real Estate, Ric Davis.
And I'm your host, the Texas Real Estate King, Larry W. Brooks.
Every week, the King and I will provide you exclusive access to our network of lenders, investors, and real estate professionals from both the commercial and residential real estate sectors.
Now, are you millionaire minded? Or maybe you're a millionaire in the making. Make sure that you subscribe so you can get connected to the network. And always remember, the Prime Real Estate Network, where millionaires are in the making.
Create wealth for generations.
What's up, Prime Real Estate Network listeners? It's your man, Larry W. Brooks, a.k.a. the Texas Real Estate King. Hey, when you get a moment, go ahead and go over to shoplwb.com. You can see the Pure Hustle merchandise that we had over there, some of our newer items that we have in stock, and of course, I got all the books that I've authored. I'd love for your support. You have a great day.
Welcome to the Prime State Network cast. I'm your host, Ric Davis. If you don't follow me on social media, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Ric. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in our lovely city of Houston, you can reach me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Ric. I want to thank everyone in the audience for tuning in this week. We have a really exciting show planned for you all. But first things first, if you're checking us out live on YouTube, get involved in today. You can leave myself, our guest, or the Texas Real Estate King a relevant real estate question in the comments section, and you never know, your question may very well be answered on today's show. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and without any further ado, I'd like to introduce my co-host. He is not only a highly successful real estate broker, he's a multi-time author, serial entrepreneur, the proud proprietor of the Pure Hustle clothing brand. I want to thank him so much for sitting in on the Prime Real Estate Network show this week. And I'd like to introduce to everyone the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks. What's going on?
Yo, what's going down, Rick? Not much, man. Just, we back at it, man. Another show, another opportunity to put an amazing guest in front of some amazing people that we have that follow the program. Those of you that are out there that like and subscribe and hit the alert button so that you're getting this immediately. So yeah, man, just excited to be in the move of things.
I know, man. It's a great show we have planned today. I want to thank you for checking us out. For those who watch us on a regular basis, they can see you are streaming live from the Brooks and Davis Education and Training Center at 200 South Loop West, Suite here in Houston, Texas, man. So it's always great to have you in the building, man. What's been going on in the past week? What's been going on in the world of the Texas real estate and moving in the real estate world?
Man, not much. Yeah, man, not much. Just excited. One of the things that we take pride in here at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm is always participating in Champion School of Real Estate. Not only just going and visiting the classes, but of course going into the career fair. So tomorrow they're going to be hosting their annual career fair or quarterly career fair that takes place at all of their locations. And so we're going to be out in full force. We're going to be at the West location. We're going to be at the North location and of course the Galleria location for Champion School of Real Estate Career Day, Career Fair. Team going to be there. Excited about that, man. In addition to that, man, I have the honor and the pleasure of being the father of a kid by the name of Larry W. Brooks III. And man, he has just been rocking and rolling. Alvin ISD hosted their very first SP Award, which covered basically what SP is for those that are not. The district actually gives awards to male and female athletes throughout the entire district that perform well. So I have the honor of being the father of an amazing child that won Power Lifter of the Year in the male category, man. And we just I just want to give a shout out to the Alvin ISD board. Shout out to LaMarcus Newman. Shout out to my man AJ. These are all people that I saw out there that I know love the community. They do so much for the community. And so just excited, man. And so that happened on Monday, and then on Monday, Alvin ISD actually brought the student athletes in and just recognized them, all of them, not just the award winners, but every last one of them, recognized them in front of the entire community and just praised them a little bit more. So I had the honor of being there again. And then again, these events, not only is myself, the family comes out, man. My son is being raised by a community, man. So just honored and pleasure to just have so much love around him, man. So I know that was long-winded, but for those, most of those same people that come out and show love also watch the platform. So I wanted to most definitely give them praise and homage and say thank you so much for just being there and being such a backbone, being the community, being the village that this young man needs, that continues to allow him to perform at the highest level, not only on the field or in the weight room, but also academically wise. This kid stands out among the best. So I'm just proud right now, man.
You know, big, huge shout out, man. You know, we talk about LB3 on the show from time to time, man. And I want to urge everyone in the audience to follow you on Instagram at Texas Real Estate King, and they may see some clips, some posts, some headline shares. So if they want to put a face with these stories and put some video behind these performances, follow you on Facebook, follow you on IG, and they can get a glimpse as far as what's going on, man, in the world of powerlifting with LB3, man. So big shout out. You know, Larry, this week's guest, I was really excited about having him on because I think this is an aspect of not only real estate, but entrepreneurship that we don't have opportunity to touch on as much as I would like. So for the members of our audience, could you share a little bit about today's guest, how you were introduced, and how you were able to go about getting this gentleman to commit to sitting in with us this week?
Definitely, man. I've had an opportunity of just watching his journey. And again, we're talking about entrepreneurship at his highest level, man, doing amazing things. He and I actually had the pleasure of meeting at InvestFest last year. Funny thing is y'all know me, man. I am a boots on the ground, feet type person. So I was in Atlanta. I was hitting some parking lots, putting out flyers and stuff like that, man. Just really trying to touch the masses. So if there was people inside the event that I didn't get a chance to hand a card to, I was out in the parking lot hitting cars, making sure that I was able to pass along some information about just the real estate industry and things of that manner. Because, you know, we are licensed in the Georgia area as well. So just being able to put that out. My brother saw me. We had a mutual friend. He saw me and he was like, man, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, that's me. And so just after that, we exchanged information. I've had an opportunity of just following him through social media and just watching his business grow, watching the other businesses and ventures that he's a part of grow. And not only that, just the words of wisdom that he drops. So I wanted to have an opportunity to have our audience be exposed to the gems that he puts out. And not only that, man, we've popped into some of the same rooms. I've been out celebrating at other real estate events, some other partnerships and relationships that we have, and we've been in the same rooms, man. So, you know, that's just a testament to who he is and all of the energy that he puts out there into the world, man. So just to have him on the platform today is an honor and a pleasure to share him with our guests. I mean, share him with our followers.
No, I appreciate you. And without any further ado, man, I want to introduce our guest this week. This fine gentleman is not only one of the most skilled and talented barbers you'll find anywhere. He's also a business mentor, an author, and he is also has the moniker as a barberpreneur. I appreciate him so much for sitting in with us, and I'd like to introduce to the Prime Real Estate Network audience, Mr. Derek Sasser. How you doing, sir?
What's up, Prime Real Estate? How y'all doing, man?
Hey, man.
Appreciate y'all having me on, man.
For sitting in, man. Look, Larry gave you a great introduction. I want to thank you so much.
Man.
So for those members of our audience, Mr. Sasser, that's being introduced to you for the first time, could you introduce yourself, your business, and what it is that you all do professionally?
Okay. My name is Derek Sasser. I grew up in Yellowstone, Texas. Went to the Navy when I was 10 years old. I did power generation after the Navy. The power generation is machines that make electricity for everybody. So doing power generation, I was able to travel the world. I've been to all the continents, pretty much all the continents in the world. I've been to Trinidad, Venezuela, Peru, Romania, South Korea. I even went to the motherland doing, provide power for, everybody around the world. After that, I got into network marketing. That was my first taste of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
But through network marketing, I started learning online marketing. And at that time, I had a hair salon. Or my ex-wife, she was a stylist. And I decided to put all my energy into, building her clientele up. And we went and from a suite, maybe doing like 5,000 a month, to opening up a huge 2,500 square foot hair salon, being one of the only Black commission-based hair salons in Houston, right off Pearland, right off 288. That's where I met Tayshell, and I met Trey. Yeah. And we just did it big, ended up doing 7 figures in that business, kind of transitioned after Harvey. I got back into the barber business, and I built a 6-figure clientele doing that. But I kind of felt stuck behind the chair. I really was stuck behind the chair. And that's when I got into the life insurance business, just, looking for, another stream of income.
Yep.
No, I appreciate you.
Give me, D, before you get started, D, what was the name of what it that because I'd never heard of that before. The infrastructure thing that you did, electric infrastructure.
It's called power generation.
Power generation. I never heard of that.
Wind turbines. You ever see the wind turbines?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one form of generating power. But I was working on gas turbines, which use natural gas to run a almost like an airplane engine that connects to a big, huge generator, and we provide the power to the grid.
Okay, that's what's up. I was just kind of wondering because I had never heard the term before.
No, it's interesting, man, and I appreciate you for sharing a little bit about your background. As far as your travels as a member of the Navy, how much of that would you attribute to being the reason why once you left the military, you still had an eye on growth, an eye on building a business? Do you think being able to see the world opened up your perspective in a way that would have been limited if you hadn't had the opportunity to travel so much during that part of your life?
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely. Like whenever you travel to like third world countries and you're mingling with the natives there, you really get a sense of gratitude, about, where you come from and just life, period. Because, man, I don't know, like if people haven't been overseas or, to different countries, they should definitely go and experience that. They'll definitely, America is really, is really the country to be in right now.
They'll find more appreciation, huh?
Yeah, definitely appreciate America, man.
You listen to things on social media and everybody, I'm gonna run here, I'm gonna go here, I'm leaving America, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay,
go, man.
Okay, you don't want this good food, right? Okay, I get it. But you know what? You don't know what you don't know. If you don't travel, you don't know. You just gonna hear the buzzwords and think that that's the easiest way to get. Nah, man. Let me keep life as simple and let me have opportunities, man. So yeah, I agree.
No, Derek, and I appreciate you so much for sharing, because one of the things that I think has been able to help you build your businesses and be so successful is the fact that since you've traveled the world, you understand that being a business owner and starting a company and starting a business in America is so much easier than it is for people in other parts of the world to actually change their life and work for themselves. So from that standpoint.
Definitely. Man, I was in Venezuela, man. That's a socialist country. Mm-hmm. I was there in 2015 when things right around. I mean, man, it's a long story, man. But I actually got kidnapped out there. It was that bad, man. It was that bad. I got kidnapped at gunpoint. But I was there when that transition, when the coup, they was trying to take over the government. Man, they had like long lines at corner stores, because they was rationing out toilet paper and, food and things like that. So, yeah, man, America, hey, man, I love it. And like you said, this right here is you can actually, build a business and do what you want to do in America and be who you want to be, and live your life to the fullest out here.
The great thing about having you sit in for this interview is that on first glance, people may not have an opportunity to know how vast experiences you have and how much knowledge you truly have to share. And I appreciate your modesty from that standpoint. But one of the things about your story that you glossed over real quick, that for me as a realtor is a big deal, is the fact that you've had highly successful businesses that have to do with hair and barbering, and being able to do hair. And you've been able to have these locations in some of the most prime spots in the city. And see, that's one of the things that for those in our audience who may be barbers or estheticians or may do hair, that's one of the things that we've heard is such a challenge as far as how do you pick out a space? Where do you go? What type of space would lend you to the most success? So without giving away the secret sauce, because I don't want you to give away the whole bag, but what are some of the things that you've learned in your journey as a business owner in that space that you can share with our audience about how to pick a space? What are some things to look for? And what areas have you found lends itself to helping you be the most successful?
In brick and mortar businesses where you're serving is a retail location is location. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. I was just fortunate, to sometimes, in business, man, and a lot of time in business, it's all about timing, man.
Timing is important.
Look, do play, a part in business sometimes, most of the time. And it was just the right timing, because we were in the suite before that, down 518. And man, I just happened to, of course, you want to look for real estate and storefronts that has a lot of traffic, driving traffic, foot traffic, and things like that. But when you do find something like that, it's gonna, the price is gonna be up there. So how you combat that is the way I did was I learned internet marketing, and that's a different type of real estate. When you can have real estate on the internet, like a website, SEO website, you guys got the YouTube channels and your IG. That's internet real estate.
That sure is. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had when you talk about the real estate, those entities. We had Marcus Bowers on. He really preaches heavily about digital. So those are the things that he was like, man, I believe in digital real estate. I'm big on it. So he used to have a bunch of domains. He took up a lot of digital real estate when it comes to it. But he talked a lot about that as well. So
the domain thing right now is that's a side hustle in itself, man. I just like one of my domains lapsed. I'm a domain person too. Like as soon as I get an idea, I go buy the domain, and I let one of my like this brand right here. It's called Feed the Owl, that I'm working on. Yeah. It's just about feeding your mind and reading and personal development. But I let the domain lapse, man, and somebody like just snatched it up, man.
Snatched it up, and look, they be selling it for $4,500, $5,000.
Man, it's like it's on sale for $5,000. I'm like.
Yeah, crazy, man. Listen, I'm gonna tell you a crazy thing, and this is and just since we're talking about domains, but I remember reading about this over 10 years ago, how when domains first started popping off, that's one of the reasons why WWF turned to WWE, because someone had purchased WWF's domain name and he couldn't get it, so he had to change the name of it because the dude that was trying to sell it to him for like $5 million, he was trying to sell him the domain. But they did that with a lot of NBA teams. People got the domain names, and so you had people that were selling that digital real estate $300,000, $400,000 for something that they paid $9 for. Man, that's crazy.
Right.
So
Yeah. So the landscape and and real estate, as far as like storefronts has changed. I think long as you can drive traffic to your website, and to your digital real estate, I think you can still build a thriving business.
Absolutely, man. I thank you so much for sharing that part, because I think sometimes, especially when you have brick and mortar businesses, a lot of business owners try to pass down the higher rents to their customers, and then their prices get kind of out of whack, and then it can drive down the amount of people to come in. So I thank you for sharing the value of that online marketing, so that people know where you are and you should actually scale from that standpoint. So I appreciate you sharing that part.
Well, yeah, let me one thing, Rick, as far as storefronts too, it's like just like barbershops. So it's a thing called SEO and online marketing, right?
Yeah.
SEO is like when somebody searches a name, and that's how I kind of grew my the hair salon back then. I purchased Black Hair Salon Houston, Black Hair Salon Pearland. Anytime somebody searched Black Hair Salon, I was popping up. Yeah. But you know, when you get a storefront, people want to put their logos and these crazy logos on the sign. I recommend, like, if you're a barbershop, just put barbershop. So when people passing by, they know that it's a barbershop. You know what I'm saying? And then you can brand on the inside, or you can brand, you know, your business entities and stuff like that. But when people passing by, that's like offline SEO. They know that it's a barbershop right there. But if you have a logo, you know what I'm saying, they might not understand like what that is.
Or it might not fit with what they thinking, right? So I you know what, and that's crazy that you say that, because I was passing by when I was doing my walk earlier. I passed by a shop and all it had was one of those little sticks in the ground that said barbershop, and they had barbershop on the thing. And what I appreciated about it is because it doesn't tell you anything. So if you really in that area and you need to cut, you at least got to go into the front door.
You at least got to go in.
There's an opportunity, right? Like, do you cut this kind of hair? Do you cut that type of hair? Because you know what I'm saying? Some logos say, okay, I only cut black hair. Or I only cut, this hair. But you know, when you don't put that on there, that opens that gate up to any opportunity. Kids and women that might just want a quick shave, whatever that looks like. Yep.
Right.
No, man, thank you so much for sharing. Now, also, the thing about your story that I want to make sure we give you an opportunity to elaborate on is when you talked about how you had that need to get from behind the chair. And I'm sure there's so many professionals out there that have had that same motivation and have that small voice in the back of their head as far as how can I transition? Do you have any advice? It doesn't have to be specific, but just from a mindset standpoint, is there any advice you have for somebody who's sitting in that same position that you was in maybe 5 years ago to help inspire them to jump out there and make that commitment to themselves from that standpoint?
Yeah, man, I just I really just think, like, as human beings, man, we have this inner thing that we just want to, just grow. That's why I named the other company Made to Grow, because we was really just made to grow. You know what I'm saying? We're a seed of God, and you plant a seed in the ground and in a garden. I tell this story all the time, like in the Bible, God put Adam and Eve in a garden. He didn't put them, on a riverbank or in a valley. He put them in a garden, and he put them in the garden because things that's in a garden are made to grow. So we have this thing in us that want to be better, want to do better, want to have more. So when you are feeling like you're stuck, it's just our human nature to want to be more and do something else. And I think everybody has that inside of them. So my advice, like, if you're feeling that way, if you have that urge, that sense of urge to want to go do something else, to just go out and jump and do it. Right? Don't overthink it. Just jump. Just do it and hurry up and fail fast. Because if you overthink it, sometimes you might miss your opportunity. And opportunity costs are way, more detrimental.
Thanks.
We agree.
Jump fast. Jump out there. Go ahead and do it. If you fail, you really don't fail. You're really just learning a lesson. There's no failure in life. It's only lesson. You either win or you learn a lesson.
Yeah, man. To add to the seed thing, I listen to this gentleman every year. It is called his name is slipping me from right now, but it's a motivational speech that he gives that year, and he talks about success. And one of the things that he talked about, he talked about planting of the seed, kind of like what you just said. And he said, whatever you plant in that seed, whatever you're planting in your mind, whatever you're planting in your body on a daily basis, that's what's going to come from it. So if all you taking in is negativity, bad vibes, then that's what's going to come from your seed that you plant. But if you put motivation in, the right kind of steps, the ability to want to do more and be more, you put those type of information inside of you, then the productivity of that is going to grow from that seed. So you ain't got no problem but to be successful. And so, or if not,
The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale.
That's it. Earl Nightingale. That's it. See that, my man? See what I'm talking about right there. What's up, AK?
Shout out to AK.
Yeah.
Manifest that shit.
Manifest, Mr. Manifest that shit right there.
Yo, Derek, man, I gotta
Yes, sir.
ask you, when you think about your upbringing as a young man, were there any members of your family, church circle, inner circle that were business owners and entrepreneurs, or who was showing themselves as an example for you as a young man to get involved in this space and to own your own business and do your own thing from that perspective?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, I grew up in Yellowstone. We didn't have any just like business mentors or people, we looked up to. We looked up to, drug dealers and things like that. I think my first encounter with like real entrepreneurship and the first millionaire I ever met was, I don't know if y'all know Houghton Bugs.
Oh, Houghton, okay. Shout out to
when I met Houghton Bugs, man, I was like, wow, bro. Like,
let me ask so real quick as you point that out, because I want you to go further in that question, but it's funny because Houghton Bugs was the mentor to a real good friend of mine, David and Winite.
Yeah, David, that's where I met David too. I met David back then.
That's where you met David? Yeah, man. Yeah. I met him many years ago. I actually met Houghton right when he was getting out of
the travel.
It was another drink. It was a purple drink that you used to drink back in the days. I can't think of what it's called. Huh?
There was with the Tahitian Noni.
I think it was Tanoni. Yeah. Come on, man. I'm not ask you how old you are, man. You know too much, man. You got all the right answers over there, man. Yeah, back then, man. So I'm sorry, but go ahead and finish your journey to entrepreneurship. But I definitely when you said the names, man, they ringing bells, man.
Houghton Bugs, so much. Yeah, Houghton Bugs, he just really like, man, he had this mindset like to think bigger, like believe bigger and believe much faster. And that's another, insight that I can give people. Like when you're trying to do something, just like believe. It takes the same amount of belief, or it takes the same amount of energy and effort to believe big than to believe small. And to think bigger or to think smaller. You might as well just think big, man, and believe in yourself and believe much faster. Don't wait.
I agree 100%. There's another thing that you said when you was getting in, as you starting your learning your first exposure to entrepreneurship coming through by way of network marketing. I've always said that business model is amazing, man. You go to those weekly meetings, bro. You walk out of there like you can run through a brick wall. And I think that's what I think that on entrepreneurship's journeys, I think that entrepreneurs need to sit in and take part in it to really understand how to build a backbone on not being broke easily or not giving up easily. Because you go to those things, it's like going to church on Sundays. Like you get that renewed energy that you need to go out and successfully build in your journey. So I definitely always give a shout out to that. And I was telling a friend the other day, I've lived long enough to watch people get into those organizations and become multimillionaires. Like I've seen people start from zero and become multimillionaires in that space. And I've seen people branch off and start their own business model of the exact same thing. And some things is crazy. Back when we were doing it, we didn't see it immediately, so it was hard for people to believe. But you live a little longer, like my grandmother used to say, or like everyone says, you live a little longer, you're gonna see some things. So
I definitely agree. I definitely think that if somebody wants to get into entrepreneurship, they should go find a good network marketing company. Yeah, like they don't know exactly what they want to do. Go jump into network marketing, man. You're gonna learn to be a better entrepreneur. Even if you don't, continue on that path, it's gonna help you in your path, in your entrepreneur journey.
Yep.
Hey, Mr. Sasser, I want to ask you this because this interview has been so thought-provoking and inspiring. I want to make sure everyone in the audience has an opportunity to tap into you, become a part of your movement. So for those who would love to meet, greet, interact, and be a part of what you have going on with your company, your movement, could you just share your contact information? And when will the next opportunity be for the members of our audience to come out and greet you personally, sir?
Okay. My handle is Derek, DEREK SASSER on Instagram, TikTok, pretty much on all social media. They can reach out to me on there. from the start back, really posting, the motivational, the videos and just insights, man. I just consider myself a stoic, man, like Marcus Aurelius and things like that. Just really thinking about life. Yeah.
The great emperor Marcus Aurelius, no doubt
yeah,
about it.
Yeah. So that's what I'm on, man. And this Friday, so my girl, she's a part of the Houston Millennials. She's on the board the board with Houston Millennials.
Yeah.
We'll be at the JW Marriott this Friday with Houston, the Texas Black Expo.
Yeah.
They have a networking event, and I did some work with him too, man. I did a website with him for him back in the day, a couple of years ago.
With Jerome Love over there. Yeah. I'll be over there tomorrow as well, participating with you, man. So I look forward to seeing you, man. We'll chalk it up, get a few photos for some creativity for social media and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, look, Mr. Sasser, I appreciate you so much for sitting in with us, man. Please keep Larry and myself plugged in with everything you have going. We would love to have you back. So let us know, keep us in the know if there's anything that's coming up in the near future that you would like for us to get out to our audience. Man, don't even hesitate, brother, man. It was so great to have you sit in. There's so many gems that you dropped for the members of our audience. I hope they can take them all in, implement them, and help to build their success the way you built yours. So until next time, brother, man, appreciate you so much for sitting in with us, man. We thank you and we appreciate you so much.
Man, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you, no doubt. Talk to you soon.
Pleasure meeting you, D.
Good y'all, man.
Yes, sir.
And there it is, brother, man. Look.
It's crazy, man. I love meeting real ones, man. Like it was so organic, I'm telling you, I was in Atlanta street putting out flyers, and he was like, "Yo, man, I met your son. I know Taysha," and I was like, "Oh yeah, like, well then we practically family then if it goes down that way." So, and we've just been able to keep in touch, man. So definitely gems, man. If you all on social media, you definitely want to follow him, man. He always drops a lot of good information. And matter of fact, some of it I take and repost and tag and all that other stuff, man. Just resharing love. So. But yeah, man, another shout out to Jerome Love and the Texas Black Expo is taking place this weekend. Special guest of one of the platforms is going to be Shannon Sharp. And so I'll be there at the corporate dinner as well as like Derek said, I'll be at some of the networking events. And one thing about the Texas Black Expo is they have a lot of booths. So if you're in the area, it's actually free to attend the booth area. So if you want to come out, look at new booth or check out small businesses, or that's who's hosting the booth. So small businesses that are hosting the booth, come on out. You can check out, I think you can find everything you need to find at texasblackexpo.com, or you can go to the Instagram page, which is Texas Black Expo. And I'm pretty sure there's links to give you more details on all of the activities and things like that that's taking place.
No, man, look, I urge everybody to get involved. Like you said, go to Texas Black Expo, check them out online. If you're here locally, you definitely need to show up. If you're anywhere in Texas, go and make that road trip. Make a weekend in H-Town out of it. You'll take so much from a business perspective. And I think something that's really interesting that you and Derek both shared was that you guys are both from Houston, but had a chance to link and meet in Atlanta, networking and growing the businesses. So let this be a lesson to everybody in H-Town. Get out of town, get out of Texas, go out. Move and shake with the people who are really motivated to make it happen, because it's not just you liable to be bump into other people from Houston, man, so that y'all can collabo back in the city, man. So
and it's crazy because we was only when he says Yellowstone, I grew up in South Park off of Hersheywood, so we literally only blocks away from each other just in our childhood, right? So when he was saying Yellowstone, I can definitely resonate to what that looks like, where that was at. Yellowstone. I played Little League. I played a game of Little League football in Yellowstone Park a couple of times. So I definitely know what that looks like, man. So yes.
And there it is, brother. Look, I know we finna sign out for this week's show, man. Is there anything you'd like to share? I know you talked a lot about the Texas Black Expo. And look, everybody in the audience, if you want to meet, greet, and kick it with the Texas Real Estate King this weekend, the Texas Black Expo is your shot and chance. But outside of that, is there anything else you'd like to share with the audience in closing this week, bro?
Not at all, man. That is it, man. It's an honor and a pleasure to speak to the audience. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this with someone, tag this. For those of you that follow us on social media, tag this. It helps the channel out in ways that you will never understand. So we appreciate you. Shout out to my girl, Credit Live. Right there.
There it is. There you go, Miss Clark. Good to see you, sweetie. Hey, look, on behalf of myself, Ric Davis, you can follow me at Prime Real Estate Rick on Instagram, and the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, you can follow him on Instagram as well. I want to thank Mr. Derek Sasser for sitting in with us. Until next week at this same time, everyone in the Prime Real Estate Network audience, be safe and be blessed.
Be blessed.